She didn't have a collar, she didn't have a name, she didn't even have someone to miss her. All she had was an empty belly, aching limbs, and the will to survive another day. They called her a thief, a nuisance. They chased her, shouted at her, even threw stones when she tried to steal a piece of bread or sneak into trash bins for scraps. She didn't know cruelty by name, but she felt it every time a hand was raised or a door was slammed in her face. Her name is Sarah now. But before she had that name, she was simply another stray. Dirty, limping, invisible to most. She had no home, no safety, no promise that tomorrow would be any different. One day, fate struck her again. This time, literally. She was hit by a vehicle, her small body tossed aside like debris. The driver never stopped, never looked back. Just another stray cat, they must have thought. Just another problem that would disappear with time. But Sarah didn't disappear. She lay there, broken and cold, unable to move her leg. Days passed. People walked by. Some looked at her with pity, others with disgust. No one helped. No one, until the rescue team arrived. They saw her, really saw her, not as a problem, but as a soul in desperate need, a fragile life still clinging to hope. They picked her up gently, wrapped her in warmth, and whispered to her, "You're safe now, little one." Immediately she was rushed to the vet. Her injured leg was examined and treated. It was serious. If they had waited longer, infection could have spread. But Sarah was lucky this time. For the first time in her life, someone chose to fight for her. The road ahead was long, 100 weeks of treatment, of care, of slow, patient healing. But every single day she moved forward, just a little. She learned to trust, to eat from a bowl, to sleep without fear. The rescue team never gave up on her. Day by day, they watched her change. At first, she cowered in corners, flinching at every movement. Her eyes told the story of a cat who had known only fear and hunger. But gradually that changed. When they came close, she stopped trembling. When they reached out, she leaned in. When they called her name, she answered with a soft meow, a whisper of hope. The vets did everything they could, checking her leg, applying treatments, encouraging muscle recovery. And behind the scenes, the team gave her warmth, kindness, and the quiet power of presence. They sat beside her even when she couldn't walk. They spoke gently even when she didn't respond. Their care was tireless, unshaken, full of love. Week after week, Sarah became stronger. Her wounds healed. Her eyes brightened. Her once broken body now stood proudly on all four legs. She no longer looked like a stray. She looked like someone's beloved cat. And inside, something even more beautiful happened. She started to purr. It was quiet at first, barely there. But to those who heard it, it sounded like a miracle. By week 100, Sarah had fully recovered. Her fur was clean and soft, her leg was strong again, and her spirit, once shattered, now radiated joy. She played, she cuddled, she purred like she'd been waiting her whole life just to be held. Sarah had gone from a nameless broken stray to a cat full of life, love, and laughter. And all it took was someone who cared, someone who saw her worth before the world did. Today, Sarah is happy, safe, loved. She's the cat who once limped through alleyways and begged for crumbs. Now she walks proudly through hallways, naps in sunny windows and eats from her own bowl. Not out of desperation, but contentment, Her journey reminds us that every animal deserves a second chance. No matter how wild they seem, how broken they appear, or how long they've been forgotten, there is always hope. Sarah didn't just survive, she triumphed. Please share Sarah's story. Let the world know what compassion can do. Let it be a reminder that behind every stray is a soul just waiting to be saved. Your share could inspire someone to rescue, to adopt, to love, and in doing so, create a miracle of their own. Like, share and subscribe to help us bring hope to more lives like Sarah's. Because no creature should ever have to heal alone. What will be the outcome for the pregnant mother cat attacked by dogs? Under the cold, dark sky of a heartless night, a tragedy unfolded. Vasya, a gentle pregnant mother cat, found herself surrounded by a pack of dogs. She had no strength to run. Her swollen belly full of life slowed her down. The attack was sudden, brutal, and merciless. When the chaos ended, Vasya lay motionless, her tiny body bruised and torn, her breath faint but holding on, not just for herself, but for her unborn babies. She couldn't sit, she couldn't cry, but her eyes told a story of pain and desperation. Fortunately, someone found her. In a race against time, Vasya was rushed to the veterinary hospital. Her condition was critical, but there was hope. The doctors, shocked by her injuries and her courage, knew they had to act fast. Under the soft glow of the examination light, Vasya's fur was carefully shaved. Every stroke of the razor revealed the reality of what she had endured. Deep bite wounds, scratches and bruises all across her fragile body. But what broke everyone's hearts even more was her face. That little face strained with the silent cry of labour pains. Even in agony, her body was preparing to give life. The doctors worked tirelessly to help her deliver. Every minute mattered. Then, one by one, 4 tiny miracles were born. 4 kittens, small, warm and innocent, entered the world while their mother fought to stay in it. But Vasya couldn't rest. Right after giving birth, she was taken into surgery to stitch the wounds from the dog attack. The operation was intense, but against all odds, Vasya made it through. When she woke up, her eyes searched for them, and there they were, her kittens, huddled together, alive. But the struggle wasn't over. Vasya had no milk. Her exhausted body, already pushed beyond its limit, could not produce nourishment for her babies. The doctors and caregivers tried to supplement, to support, to do all they could. But tragedy struck again. One of her 4 kittens, too small and too weak, drifted away quietly, never to return. It was a pain no mother should bear, and yet Vasya, despite her broken body and grieving heart, pulled herself close to her remaining 3. She groomed them, watched them, protected them. She never gave up on them. But the nightmare still had more to reveal. During a routine checkup, the doctors noticed something alarming, a swelling on the right side of Vasya's abdomen. An X-ray confirmed the worst. Her intestines had slipped outside the abdominal cavity and into the subcutaneous space. Immediate surgery was required to prevent further complications. It was during this surgery that another hidden battle came to light. Vasya had a blood clotting disorder. This time, her life was hanging by a thread. The medical team quickly administered plasma. Every decision, every second became a lifeline. And Vasya, she fought again. She fought through pain, exhaustion, and loss. She fought because 3 tiny lives still needed her, She fought because deep in her heart she hadn't lost hope, and somehow she made it. Day by day she began to heal, her body slowly recovering from the wounds, surgeries and trauma. Her spirit, once fragile, now showed quiet resilience. Meanwhile, her kittens thrived. They played, stumbled around curiously, and explored the world with wide eyes and tiny paws. They didn't know how close they came to losing their mother, but she knew, and she never let them out of her sight. Finally, after weeks in the clinic, Vasya was discharged. She had made it. She was whole again, and her family, though smaller than it once was still together. Vasya's story is more than just survival. It's about the power of love, the miracle of motherhood, and the strength found in the most fragile beings. This brave mother, who was nearly left for dead, now lives with her kittens in safety. She doesn't carry bitterness, only love, only warmth, only the instinct to protect. If Vasya's journey touched your heart, we ask you to do just one thing: share her story. Share it for the mothers who fight in silence. Share it for the animals who are hurt and forgotten. Share it for the ones still waiting to be rescued. By liking and subscribing to our channel, you're not just supporting a cause, you're giving hope a voice. You're reminding the world that kindness matters, that no pain should go unseen, that no act of love is ever wasted. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring. May love always guide your path.